every once in a while you find yourself wanting to do some resetting and refreshing with your RightTool and your QuickBooks Online. To do that, we're going to click on the little puzzle button all the way on the top right of your Google Chrome or your Microsoft Edge, and we're going to put a little pin, a thumbtack icon next to RightTool for QuickBooks Online. That's going to bring the RightTool logo up in the top next to that puzzle. And when I click on the RightTool, and let me just collapse the actual sidebar to avoid any confusion, when I click on that, I get sort of its own menu where I can do a couple of extra things. First thing I want to show you is how to reload the extension. So let's say, for example, you're clicking on it and it's not doing anything and it's just not reacting correctly. It's just behaving weird. What I recommend for you to do is just click on reload extension if nothing is working. Give it a second. You're going to see it kind of refresh onto itself. You're going to see the extension disappear for a little bit and then come back. That basically does an update, does a refresh, and that's probably the best way to sort of get it to react when you get stuck. The other thing you can do is, let's say there's nothing wrong with your RightTool, but your QuickBooks Online is acting funny. You can do what's called the clear cache. You could also use Control-Shift, that little squiggly mark, which is the button to the left of the 1 on your keyboard. When you click on clear cache, it does a quick refresh with a cache clear, and it doesn't clear the cache anywhere else in your browser, so it doesn't log you out of anything else, and it just quickly sort of refreshes any of your QuickBooks Online, any and all of your QuickBooks Online pages. So those two are really important to sort of reboot, refresh if something is wrong. Now, something else it's more of a personal preference. Let's say that you like a lot of the RightTool features, but you don't use the right toolbar at all. You don't use the sidebar at all. You use maybe some of the shortcuts and you use some of the report enhancements, but you don't need to use this sidebar at all. Now, you can collapse it, but some people don't even want to be able to collapse and expand it. So that's possible too. You can click on where it says turn off sidebar, and what it does is it completely turns off RightTool. Now, the RightTool extension is still working in your browser. So all the other things that you may have turned on that are not dependent on that right navigation bar will still function. You're just not going to see that right navigation bar. So to get it back, you just click on the RightTool logo right there on the extensions toolbar and click on turn on sidebar, and that brings back the RightTool navigation bar, the right navigation bar. Something else worth mentioning, when you right click on that and you click on options, it takes you to the RightTool options, which generally you would do by clicking on the little wrench and screwdriver icon. That's how you go to the options. But if you happen to have your sidebar turned off, but you are using some of the features and you do want to access the options, you would right click on the icon and then click on options, and that takes you to the options. So again, you can still have the RightTool, the Chrome extension, completely work without the RightTool sidebar being on.